Consomé de Gallina de Patio, a deeply traditional Puerto Rican preparation rooted in rural jíbaro cooking. This Gallina de Patio is a small, firm, slow-grown chicken, which is going to be gently braised and simmered to extract a clear medicinal broth flavored with culantro, cilantro, onions, ají dulce, and achiote. And listen, the consomé is served first, followed by the gallina over white rice to honor a centuries-old tradition where nourishment, patience, and respect for the animal came first. Let's create. And look at this. 337. I only paid that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it, okay? I'm going to break it and cut it, okay? Put it here. I'm going to also leave the back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some salt and pepper. Black ground pepper. That's all you need. And you know what? I have a lime which I squeezed. Remind me of my grandmother and the lime trees, those green limes. Just putting some juice there too. Mix it up. Simple, old school, old school. Make sure you have an oven-friendly pot because you're going to simulate this later like if it was in the fogon, okay? Which is going to be the oven. Fogon is the outdoor cooking. So I have some extra virgin olive oil. This is a medium high. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add la gallina. Now just going to brown it a little bit, okay? Just giving some character, browning it. Do this for a few minutes. After you brown it a little bit, just a little bit, take them out for now, put them aside. Reduce the heat to medium. Add some half of onion, chop, and I'm going to use, if you have ají dulce, which is sweet peppers from Puerto Rico, that's fine. If you don't, a cubanelle, which is sweet, can do it too. Just add it. Mix things around. You don't want it fried, you just want a little bit caramelized, okay? Just a little bit caramelized. Couple minutes later, add about 3 or 4 teeth of garlic, chop. Make sure they don't burn, so you're going to move it fast. Some peppercorn, old school. Bay leaf. Mix everything around. Add your chicken. Mix everything. And what you're going to do now, because you don't want this burning, add water. Water. You're going to add enough to cover this baby, okay? Enough to cover it. Yeah. So what I have now is I had the oven preheating. And I'm going to leave this here about a notch or so above medium. And I'm going to let this go for about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? While the oven preheat at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. About 3 or 4 minutes later, it's ready to go to the oven. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a taste. Need some salt. Now it's the time to do it, okay? Add the salt you need. Put it in the oven, and I'm going to let it go for about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes before I add the next ingredients. So it's been about 2 hours. I'm going to let it go another 13, 15 minutes. I have now, before I add my cilantro, culantro, about 4 leaf. These are tied up together, see? I have some pumpkin and I have some potatoes. You can replace this with yautía, yuca, doesn't matter. I just choose these two. And here I have some annatto seeds, which I'm creating some sort of annatto oil. I'm going to give them the abuelita touch, campesino from Puerto Rico, that touch, okay? And you do this for about a minute or 2, okay? About 2 hours and 15 minutes later, I'm going to add some of the pumpkin and the potatoes or whatever starch you want. You can go yautía, yame, whatever. Just don't put too much, okay? In addition to that, I'm going to add about 3, maybe 4 culantro leaf. If you don't have them, that's fine. And then I have here a chunk of my cilantro. And what I'm going to do is let it cook. Now here comes the trick though. If you want to go abuelita style, 1940s or even before, I have some annatto oil. You can put a few drops. There it is. About a teaspoon. See how it got that color. That's the final touch. I'm going to cover it, put it back in, and let it go for about 20 to 30 minutes, okay? Enough time to get those potatoes and pumpkin or whatever cook and soft, okay? Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. This dish traces back to Puerto Rico's agrarian household of the 18th and 19th centuries, long before pressure cookers or shortcuts, and when time was the key ingredient.